Dream Team, it's your boy D Neil back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are jumping into the depth of Indian culture. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up. Let's do this.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. Indians don't know the greatness of this culture. How to bring back the pride, Sadhguru?
I think one thing we have to do is rewrite a more responsible history of what has happened in this land for a long time. Not in the last 3,000 years, not in the 1400 years. What people in this land have done for a long time has to be brought back. In other countries, people are studying this. If you go to… there are Lebanese people. If you study in a school in Lebanon, you will read about how Indian workers, Indian sculptors, Indian elephants, Indian yogis came and built a Phoenician temple 4,300 years ago in Lebanon, which is called as Baalbek, which is a phenomenal temple. 4,300 years ago, some of the foundation stones are over 300 tons and there is no granite in Lebanon. They transported it all the way from Egypt, across the canal and up the mountain and put it up there. Indian elephants, workers and sculptors worked. The proof, there is enough proof, but one proof is visually hanging there is lotuses in the ceiling. Indian sculptor has to put a lotus wherever he goes. Where would a Lebanese sculptor have seen a lotus? Obviously there are no lotuses there. So, how many Indian children forget about children, how many Indian grown-ups have heard about this? No. The Tamil kings went and built Angkor Thom and Angkor Wat in Cambodia. Angkor Thom is the largest religious building on this planet. The intricacy and the engineering, the sheer design and engineering of how these temples are built, if you go and see, you will feel proud of being a human being. Because if human beings can think something like this 1,000 years ago and manifest it, it is too much. This was done by the Tamil kings.
Dang. I think that's pretty dope. It's pretty awesome. And I think he's right. And the first guy said, how do we teach Indians about like the great Indian culture? And he's like, we have to go back. Like, we really need to learn a history of all the incredible things that we've been able to do in the past, all the great buildings we built, all the sensational things that we've invented or done. Like, we're not teaching this history to our kids now, or even to the adults in this generation. They're not learning these great, amazing things that we've done. And it's like, how can you have a great culture if you don't know the past and all the great things you've done in the past? So how can you have that great culture in the present without knowing the past, is what I'm getting from it.
Most of the work done by probably the Tamil labor. From first standard to 12th standard, does any Tamil child even read a line about this in their history book? No. We only read how we were conquered, raped, looted, beaten by other people. Then if there is no pride, why would you want to recreate it?
I feel that.
You need to understand this. A culture or a nation is just an idea. When human beings take this on as an identity, attach some pride to it, it burns through one's mind and into his heart. Now he wants to protect it, rise it, keep it clean, keep it wonderful. If you do not build pride into it, then people will want to avoid it. Everybody will want to avoid it. Now, whatever you think is most successful in the world, you will want to imitate that. Today, our idea of success has become purely economic, not aesthetic, it is not intelligence that we value, it is not wisdom that we value, it is not beauty or aesthetics that we value, it is not spiritual attainments that we value. Who is the big man in Coimbatore, if I ask? People will only name the richest man in the town. They will not name the wisest man in town, the most beautiful man in town, most meditative man in town. No, the richest man in town is the biggest man. So who is the biggest whatever? Whichever is the richest nation, whichever is the richest culture, power and money have become the highest goals, which itself is a very rudimentary way of looking at life.
I completely agree with what he's saying as well. In today's age, that has become the highest goals. You want to get as rich as possible. You want as much. I mean, with power comes money, and with money comes power. So those two kind of go hand in hand, and like it seems like not everybody, but a lot of people's goals. I'd say most people's goals, right, are to gain a lot of money. I don't know if it's to gain power necessarily, but definitely to gain a lot of money. And we get caught in a rat race just chasing money, and it's like that shouldn't be the highest thing on your priority list, just chasing money. You should have higher priorities than that. And this man got some wisdom. Keep talking, my guy.
The highest goals, which itself is a very rudimentary way of looking at life. Because of that, right now, I promised the American meditators, next 2 years I'm going to invest a lot of time in United States, because knowingly or unknowingly, they have taken on the leadership in the world. No sense?
Yeah.
See, if all the American people wear blue workman's clothes, half the world is wearing Americans' workman's clothes. You just go to any city, Mumbai or Chennai or Bangalore especially, you look down below the knees, more than 60% is wearing blue denims. When we have the most intricate weaves, there are over 120 weaves in the country which are unique and many of them are dying. No other culture on the planet has the variety of weaves that India has. All of them will die. Chinese silk is going to kill it unless all of you ladies make at least 20% of your wardrobe into handmade Indian weaves. They will all vanish in the next 10 or 15 years. Why is everybody wearing not even American executives' clothes, American workman's clothes? As if that's not enough, if they tear their trousers, everybody tears their trousers.
If they tear their trousers, everybody tears their trousers. Yeah, and I think I completely agree. America, unknowingly or knowingly, but I feel like knowingly, has kind of become the biggest influence for the rest of the world. And you can hear him talking about it, but as well as in media and movies and TV and so many different things. Like, and I'm not saying like there's not other countries that don't produce excellent like movies, TV, clothes, all of that thing. I mean, a lot of things that we got say made in China, so China might be a bigger influence than us, but music, all of that, you know what I'm saying? I feel like America definitely influences the rest of the world. I feel like the rest of the world knows what America is doing, whether that's a good or a bad thing. Who's to say? But like they know who's the president of the United States. They know what's going on over here. They news. They know movies. They know TV shows. They know music. They know as out here in America. I feel like a lot of us are informed about other things in the world, but there's a lot of us who don't know there's a world outside America, and that's sad to say, honestly. But there's so many who don't know there's a world outside of our country, which is absolutely crazy. But I agree with what he's saying so far.
It's all tone, but in a very expensive way.
I swear, it's too expensive.
Now, if Americans put carbon dioxide in a bottle and drink it, even a kindergarten child knows human body needs oxygen, not carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
But because America drinks carbon dioxide and says this is the real thing, more than half the world drinks carbonated water today. If you go to one of the remote
Nah,
villages here,
I don't like carbonated. I need my water still water, dog. That's in Europe where most of them drink that carbonated water. People drink it over here in America, but for the most part, I think over here mostly people prefer still water over carbonated water.
there may be people, not in this area maybe, but anywhere else if you go, they might not have heard the word yoga, but they know what is Coca-Cola.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you talking about soda when you say carbonated water, oh, okay. Then never mind. I completely understand. Okay, yes, it is here in America. Then I'm sorry about that. Yeah, we drink a ridiculous amount of soda. But I mean, who would want to follow our example of being obese? Like, we're the most obese country in the world, and it's not even close. So, I mean, that shouldn't be anything to influence people about. But yeah, soda's not good for you at all. But it don't stop Americans.
So, I thought if Americans tear their trousers, everybody tears. Americans wear their pants down in their seat, everybody does the same thing. Americans drink carbon dioxide, everybody does that. So I thought if we can get America to meditate, the world will meditate.
I feel that.
So, we are doing a little bit of a big push in the next 2 years in United States. We want America to meditate. They're kind of getting ready, they're tired of the carbonated water.
They tired. We is getting tired of it. I like listening to him. He seems like an awesome dude, man. Very knowledgeable as well. That's all we got. Make sure y'all subscribe, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. It's your boy D Nia, out.